We all know the suburban dream. The white picket fence, the big backyard, the quiet streets where your kids can play without a care. It's the perfect picture, right? But what if we told you that this picture-perfect lifestyle might not be the best choice for raising kids in today's world? In fact, I want to tell you why we won't raise our kids in suburbia. At first glance, suburbia seems like a safe, comfortable haven for families. But dig a little deeper, and you'll see that there's a lot missing in the suburbs. Things that matter for your child's development, well-being, and future. So why would anyone choose to live here if urban areas offer so much more? Let's start with the basics. Transportation. In suburban areas, everything is spread out. Whether it's your kid's school, the grocery store, or a friend's house, you'll need a car to get there. This car dependency creates a routine that limits your child's ability to explore their surroundings and develop independence. Think about it. In a city, kids can easily walk or bike to school, friends' houses, or the park, independently. The streets are designed for pedestrians, not cars. This gives them freedom. And when you give a child freedom, something magical happens. They grow. In suburbia, even the simplest tasks, like buying a loaf of bread, requires a 10-minute drive. For parents, this creates a constant cycle of car trips. It's exhausting and, let's face it, wasteful. Not only does it make life feel more disconnected, but it also limits the time your kids can spend developing other skills, like navigating their own environment, meeting new people, and finding their place in the world. In a city, kids can hop on their bikes, head to the corner store, and spend hours exploring without needing a ride. They don't need a car to move around, and that's a game changer. Not only is it healthier for the environment, but it's also healthier for them. Walking and biking provides exercise, helps kids develop motor skills, and allows them to engage with their community in ways suburbias just can't offer. In cities, everything is within reach. The parks, schools, libraries, and community centers are within walking distance, meaning your child can be out and about, meeting new people, having new experiences, and learning how to be self-sufficient. This doesn't just build independence, it builds confidence and resilience. Suburbia cannot compete with that. Let's talk about isolation. One of the biggest problems with suburban life is that it can feel like you're living in a bubble. Streets in suburbia are often long, spread out, and designed primarily for cars. There are no easy sidewalks or pedestrian-friendly paths that connect homes to community centers, parks, or other kids' houses. This physical separation creates social isolation. If your kids want to meet up with their friends, they're going to need a ride from you. This may seem harmless, but it means that the casual, everyday interactions that come with living in a walkable neighborhood are non-existent. And over time, that sense of disconnection begins to shape your child's worldview. Now, in a more urban city environment, the story is different. Everything is interconnected. The streets are designed to bring people together, connecting neighbors, friends, and family. Kids can walk to their friends' houses. They can go to the park or grab an ice cream from the corner store, all within a few blocks. They learn how to navigate their world. They make more friends, and they understand the value of the community. In an urban setting, kids are exposed to diversity. They meet people from all walks of life, from different cultures, backgrounds, and experiences. This exposure teaches them empathy, compassion, and how to interact with a wide variety of people. These lessons are invaluable in today's interconnected world. The more your child is exposed to different perspectives, the better they'll understand the world around them. In contrast, suburbia can often create a bubble, a homogeneous environment where people largely look, act, and think all the same. And while that can feel comforting at times, it limits your child's understanding of the world. The more they're exposed to diversity, the better prepared they'll be for the future. Suburbia is often seen as a quiet, family-friendly place, but when it comes to educational and cultural opportunities, it leaves a lot to be desired. Schools may be decent, but they often lack the resources, extracurricular activities, or cultural events that a city offers. Museums, theaters, art galleries, and public events are often miles away, and getting there requires a car. In contrast, cities are cultural hubs, museums, theaters, art galleries, and community centers. These are all right around the corner. Cities offer an endless variety of experiences that are not just educational, but transformative. Your child can attend a live play, visit an interactive museum exhibit, or participate in a community event, all in the same day. These are experiences that shape who they become, fostering creativity, critical thinking, and a lifelong love of learning. In the city, the world is their classroom. They get to learn not just from textbooks, but from the real world. They see history come alive. They experience different cultures firsthand, and they learn the value of art and expression in a way that is impossible in the isolation of suburbia. When your kids are exposed to a variety of cultures, art forms, and ideas, they develop a broad, open-minded perspective. These are qualities that can only be cultivated in a diverse, vibrant environment, something suburbia cannot match. Let's talk about the environment. Suburbia requires a lot of land. Every new development means more concrete, more roads, more buildings, and more destruction of natural habitats. Suburban areas are often car dependent, requiring long commutes and adding to pollution. Not to mention, maintaining a suburban lifestyle consumes a huge amount of resources, from lawn care to waste disposal. The environmental footprint of suburbia is way greater than that of cities. Cities, however, are increasingly sustainable. There are green spaces everywhere. Buildings are being designed with energy efficiency in mind. Urban planners are finding ways to reduce emissions and waste. And there are better public transportation options to reduce car dependency. In cities, you'll find eco-friendly initiatives like bike lanes, green rooftops, community gardens, and urban farming. These not only reduce your carbon footprint, but also create a sense of community as people come together to care for the environment. Your child can witness sustainability in action and even participate in it. Suburbs are often marketed as a safer place for kids to grow up. The idea is that suburban streets are quiet, with less traffic and fewer potential dangers. But that perception doesn't always match the reality. Yes, cities have more traffic, but they're also designed to be safer for pedestrians. The streets are built with people in mind, not just cars. In urban areas, traffic speeds are slower. Pedestrian crossings are more frequent, and bike lanes are often present to keep kids safer while they navigate the city. It's also worth mentioning that cities are often more tightly knit communities. Neighbors watch out for each other, and public spaces are designed to encourage interaction, which increases safety in a different way. While suburbia may feel safe on paper, the reality is more complex than that. So, while suburbia may seem like the ideal place for raising kids, it's clear that cities offer far more opportunities for growth, learning, and development. From independence to connection to culture, sustainability, and safety, cities are the place where kids can truly thrive. At the end of the day, raising kids is about giving them the best chance to succeed, learn, and grow. And that's why we won't raise our kids in suburbia.